Hey guys, it's Destiny with Big Block, and I am here today with the Lipsy team, Ryan Lipsy and Haley Collier.
Collier.
I love how I made it
You
French.
can put it on the French on it. I love that.
So fancy.
Yes, I feel like we need to be having tea now.
Can I be Ryan Lipsy?
Two of my favorite people in the industry, and I wanted to introduce you to my audience, specifically first-time home buyers who may not know about title and what it entails. Can both of you guys please share?
Yeah, well, that's
After
what we
you.
do. So title is a really interesting, pretty complex situation, and a lot of people don't really understand what title is or what they're paying for.
Yeah.
They see it on the lines and they're like, another $1,000 fee, like what is this? So it's really important actually, and it's a one-time fee only paid through the closing of escrow. Typically the sellers pay for the owner's policy, and if there's financing, if your buyers are getting a loan on it, then the lender gets a policy as well called the loan policy. So there's typically two policies in the transaction. On the seller's policy, what that is it's protecting your incoming buyers free and clear of any judgments or any liens that seller could potentially have. So anything that needs to be cleared up, title comes in, clears it up, and kind of issues like a car title, like a clean bill of health to the buyers. Like, Here you go, there's no liens on there, it's all yours. And then the buyer turns around and does that to the lender, because the lender wants to have insurance on their financing on the property.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So those are typically the two costs that you see for title and what it means, and it's to protect the buyers and to protect the lenders. It's one of the most important things, I think, throughout the transaction.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that's like the kind of definition of title, and pragmatically as it functions in the field and in a transaction is you wonder what the escrow officer and the title officer and what those 47 emails were all about. It's because we issued the report and said, here's the things that we found that need to be overcome prior to the ability to issue a clean bill of health on the title. So things like child support liens or mechanics liens, things like that we help overcome and eradicate from the report by either paying off or finding something that establishes that it's been satisfied, so that the incoming buyer doesn't have to worry about any of the sins of the seller. They just get a blank canvas and moving forward from there. So that's what title does all day, and
the
that's
sins of the seller. I like that.
it happens, right?
Well, it does. Unfortunately, it does. But that being said, I've noticed that your team is so quick, just with everything and responsiveness. Can you guys just touch on the processes that you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, we try to, because you guys need to answer to your clients quickly.
Absolutely.
So we understand the process of kind of like almost instant gratification in this world, but because you guys have somebody to answer to.
Right.
So
Definitely.
we want to make sure that you guys are in the best position being your client's advocate and having exactly what you need to have in front of them for their help. So
Well, I've been doing this since 2001, and the one constant is you don't always need title, but when you need it right now, right? Like it's holding up the closing, and so I mean,
Item 9 on the prelim.
and if you're in a holding pattern and you have nothing new to report to your customer, that puts you behind the 8 ball, and that's just not acceptable to me. So we've put a system in place where somebody's looking at our emails, somebody's governing our text, somebody is in touch with you to let you at least know, hey, we're on it, message received, we'll get back to you with the solution and the answer. And that gives you time for your customers. So it seems to work very well. Thank you for the compliment.
Of
That
course.
is the goal, is almost immediate response.
Yes. And it's also something too where it puts our title company's head on the chopping block for you and your client. So that's one of the most important things is like, hey, nobody can come knocking on your property a year and a half down the road saying, this was my house. Like, how are you living here?
Yeah,
like that,
Things like this happen, you guys.
We've heard it happen
Yeah.
in other states too.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's really important, because that way title is on the chopping block. So if there's any liens that pop up and your buyer gets some document and it's like, wait, this isn't me.
Yeah.
That's when you call title and we're like, we figure that all out. So
Right.
thankfully, Tycor, and we're under Fidelity National, we have like very, very minimal claims. I think we're like below 2% in the past few years. So it's a very, very low claim. So it doesn't happen, and that's why you get title insurance, to make sure that doesn't happen.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's really great because it is a protection for the buyer. So that being said, thank you guys so much. You're so full of knowledge. If you guys are ever looking for a title company, this is your team. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.